trick is on caliper here, you want to put your inner pad on first, and the reason is, let me grab the new one, you have twice as much brake pad on there, and since you have these clips, you want to put these in first. So if you take the adhesive backing off of the new pads, stick it on here, then try to put this in, you're not going to be able to. So just remember, I remember the first time I did it, I put the adhesive and stuck it all on there. I was really happy with it. It actually took 30 minutes to clean it, and it was shiny and everything. Just found out I had to peel it off, ruin the adhesive. Found out the adhesive really wasn't that necessary. It's just a comfort for the installer, so it wouldn't go all over the place. But anyways, I always put the inner one in first. Before you do, I guess you could use any type of anti-squeal lubricant or whatever. I've heard silicone paste is good, but I have 2 tubes of the Plastilube from FCP Groton that I'm going to use up before I use silicone. So what I'll do is take it and I'll place it, where I'll place a little dab right here on both sides where it rides on the caliper mount, caliper bracket, and then back here where it mates up to the caliper piston, and probably on here, just to, I'm sure it'll burn off eventually, but just to make sure I get in the areas that are metal on metal. One thing to take note is you have, let's see if we can get it, you have right here L, and then on the other ones I've already put those on, there's an R. This is left side, and of course up this way, and then the R is for the right side, the passenger side. There you go. That's how I make sure you got a shot of that. That's how I lubricate it on the back side. I don't do these points yet until I get both pads in there. I'll show you. Okay, that one's in. Now we're going to do the outer brake pad. And let's see what I do with that one. Here it is. And just make sure you can get a shot of this. Just peel the adhesive off. It's a big old sticker. There you go. Just like so. Okay. And I don't put any gunk back here because, of course it's adhesive. So you just stick it on. Okay. Now, once that's done, take a little bit of the Plastilube. Just put some right on here. On each hook of the pad. Then I'll take my finger and rub it down where it actually sits on the caliper bracket. I don't know how much good it does. I've always done it, never heard squeaks, but then again I've always used, you know, higher end brake pads. So yeah, some of you out there might be like, it doesn't do any good, don't use it, but for me it's peace of mind. I've always done it and I'll always do it. Okay, since that's done, now all we gotta do is put our new rotor on, and right here. But these new rotors, they come with an oily film. It's called oh hell, I can't remember. I'm sorry, but it's an oily substance to stop it from rusting. Because these rotors will sit on a shelf for, you know, months or years at a time, and without any type of protective coating, they'll just sit there and rust. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it down with some brake parts cleaner. Let that sit for a moment. I'm going to go grab a clean paper towel. Okay. And just wipe it off. Now it's also important, I'll show you, also important where the e-brake pads sit, you want to clean that too to get that film off. And once that's done, just want to put it back on there. And just make sure that that your bolt holes line up with the ones on your hub, and also your retainer bolt hole lines up with the retainer bolt hole on the hub. And don't worry if it doesn't stay clean, you can clean it when you get it mounted on here. Okay. Where'd that tool drop? Okay. Let me get my retainer bolt. Put y'all back down here so y'all can see. Okay. Take the retainer bolt, set it back in. Yay, there we go. As you can see, I've got the outer part dirty and stuff. I mean, the important part is the actual brake surface itself. Keep it as relatively clean as you can. Okay, once that's on there, this doesn't have to be super tight, just get it on there snug. It's just there to help hold the rotor. And to also help line up your bolt holes. We'll fix that here in a minute. Okay, once that's on there, let's take our brake caliper, move it back down here, and take our mounting bracket. see, yeah, you got a pretty good okay. No, I apologize in advance. This is my first time to video something like this, so I may need a better camera to where I can see where the angle's at. I'm sure most of you are like, what the hell is he talking about? Because I have it pointing at the floor or at the roof of the wheel well. In that case, just leave a comment. Okay, that one's on. Okay. And all you need to do is just tighten it back on. Like I said, you can order new ones. Put a dab of red thread locker on there, thread lock on there. Okay, that is on there. You know, some of you are probably thinking out there, well, why don't you torque it? On stuff like this, I typically don't torque. Y'all can if you want, but I don't. I get it in good and taut. Interesting. It is not all the way on there. I think because my e-brake